I've been involved in my academic studies. I've always done work in the prisons. And early on, I realized that there was so much potential in prison with people who are incarcerated, but they're a forgotten population. A lot of people want to focus on their crimes and not focus on redemption. And I think that education is an equalizer and can really benefit people who are incarcerated.
But if someone disagrees and says we're not going to conform, as long as I have someone to not conform with.
As someone can imagine, there is a lot of red tape and some challenges to getting a program like this approved. Professor Carla and I have long-standing relationships with the prison administration and the college administration, obviously. And so when we began this whole process of how we would be able to bring college courses inside of prisons, of course, we had to go through the appropriate channels. And so speaking to our administration, we found nothing but great support from our esteemed president, President Harrison.
Miami-Dade College is a college that provides educational opportunity to everyone. We are democracy's college and our doors are open. In terms of the Inside Out Prison Exchange program, we give credit to two trailblazing faculty members, Professor Samantha Carlo and Dr. Minka Davis-Brantley, because they wanted to advance the work that they had started some years ago to the extent of going into the prisons and providing those that are incarcerated with an opportunity to engage with college students in a setting where they would be actually enrolled in college courses, college degrees. And that's how it came about. It's really because of the inspiration, the passion of two very highly regarded faculty members, and we're very grateful to both of them.
The reason why I got into the program, because it's a stigma on inmates and how, since they did a crime, they're bad guys. But I wanted to get my experience and learn what the prison life is about when you walk into the facility. And from what I see, it's not what people portray it to be. It's a whole totally different ballgame when you go in there.
The reaction from my family and my friends when they first found out that I was going to be doing the Inside Out exchange program was just backlash. Nobody supported me, not one person. They thought I was crazy. They thought that I was going to get killed. They thought that my professors were also crazy for even thinking of starting this program. And so I just went through with it because I knew that it was God's purpose and what He wanted me to do, but I didn't have support. I just had to trust and know that this was going to be an experience that was going to be beneficial, not only for me, but for these men as well.
So with any program that we're implementing, there are definitely concerns. And with this one in particular, because it was an inside-out program, there was definitely concern. And we asked a lot of questions in terms of how are students going to be protected if there is any danger taking place? Will the students know exactly where they're going to be, meaning in a prison? You know, there were many questions that we asked, and I have to tell you that our professors very well prepared.
If I had to tell a story about my first day being able to offer my introduction to psychology class, which I've taught for a very long period of time, but I got to teach it in prison, it was mind-blowing. I know that that's kind of my 8-year-old's favorite statement right now, but it really did blow my mind just because it had taken so long to get to that place and to form bonds and relationships with these incarcerated students who you know are hungry for this experience. And here it is delivered on a platter that we are here and today is the day it's going to happen. I'd never been so excited to hand out something as boring as a syllabus until that day.
The first day of class, we did an introduction. And I think it was probably, for everyone, we didn't know what to expect. One of the things that crossed my mind was, how would they perceive us? And will they look at us any different than how society has labeled us? Basically, once they came inside, we didn't see any type of stereotype, none at all.
Able to
kind of go and thrive and create. Now the goal is to make sure that there's buy-in from the inside student, there's buy-in from the outside student, and if all goes well, the program will grow. But right now it's at the pilot level. Our goal is to acquire funding to make sure that inside students get academic credit for the courses that they take. If we don't acquire funding to cover the cost of tuition for the inside student, they will still take the course and we will log their grades. We will have them in our own internal system. However, they will not get academic credit that will be representative on a college transcript.
One of the most memorable moments were when one of the inmates, he taught me like a learning style. And for me, that's very important. I live by one of those sayings, you teach a man how to fish, he can eat for every day. You buy him the fish or you give him the fish, he eats for that one day. So what he taught me, like, I really use in my everyday life now, so it kind of makes me remember about him and about the class as well.
When I learned I was picked for the program, I thought it was a mistake. I was like, what? I'm like, you sure that's my name? Because at first, they interviewed over 100-some people, and they was only picking 15 people for the class. So a friend of mine that's in the dorm, he said, hey, bro, you made the class. I'm like, what class? The Miami-Dade class. I'm like, for real? So I was excited. I couldn't even go to sleep that night.
I've put forth my best foot. And my mom, when I talked to my mom on the phone, she's like, how you doing in class? So the first test we had, I got to tell my mom I made 100. And so when we had our second exam, I got to call my mom and tell her I made another 100.
One of the things I believe, and I hope that this isn't too tongue-in-cheek, but I do believe that this is something that will absolutely transform the community that we get to live in. One of the things that we realize is that when people receive education, specifically inside when they're incarcerated, recidivism rates decrease significantly. So we're talking about reducing someone's chances of returning to prison just by giving them a textbook, just by providing them with an academic experience.
That even the worst criminal who made some of the worst decisions is not defined by the single worst choice that he or she made during the course of their life. That we grow, we outgrow criminality, we have the opportunity to improve. We're individuals who our rational mind begins to work. We may be late bloomers, but we have answers. Those who are generally closest to the problem or part of the problem are basically those who are closest to the solutions.
First, I want to thank everyone that was involved in putting this together. The administrators here from Miami-Dade. When Ms. Scott first came to me about doing something like this, I'm like, wait a minute, we're going to put students from a college in the same classroom with our inmates? We thought about it and we said, well, hey, let's give it a try. The reason we gave it a try is because we felt that we have the best inmates in the state of Florida here at Everglades.
Like sharks, inmates are one of the most misunderstood human beings. They are violent. They are feared by the public eye. Like sharks, little is known about them. This program has truly opened my eyes, and I am no longer afraid.
Coming into the system at the age of 16, I've experienced some of the worst. People have looked upon me as if I was an animal. From day one, my esteemed professor embraced me with a smile. And I'll never forget, she said, in here, in this class, you're not inmates, you're students. For the first time in so long, I felt human again. I knew in that moment that I am somebody, that I can put my best foot forward and show who I truly am, not what that file says I am.
Two worlds have come together, and it's one world. It's one world of sharing, one world of offering respect and dignity to one another, one world of learning from one another. Many of you spoke about the classroom and that everyone was an equal in the classroom, right? There were no inmates in the classrooms, correct? All students on one accord, really moving toward an understanding and betterment of each other. One of you mentioned that you hope this program continues. It will continue. These are individuals that are my cousins, your brother, my sister, and these are individuals that will be our neighbors. And so why would you not want to invest in individuals that are coming back into society, will be living alongside all of us? It really is our responsibility to provide opportunities to these individuals because they're human beings.
How can you smile when your world is tumbling down? I said, it's no secret, it's my secret. You wanna cry.
This was the first opportunity I had to actually show the world that I can function at a high level if given an opportunity. Those of us who really just want to strive and succeed, we just need that opportunity.
You can make it. Hold on. Everything will be all right. Some people like to worry. Some people like to hide.